viewers, welcome to Tales from Terry's Allotments, and this is the April edition, and we should be looking at with this very topical subject at the moment of drought up and down the country. We should look at how to conserve water coming off your shed and greenhouse roofs.
And then you've got masses of water, haven't you? But of course the other thing you've got masses of are bean weevils, and I've never seen bean weevils before.
Oh, they've been
those
dreadful.
out.
So this year we should go and see. We should go on the attack and see if we can reduce their population.
Those little monsters.
Yep.
What else?
And then we shall go and have a look at how I'm going to grow my parsnips this year in the veggie trug, which hopefully will keep off the aphids.
And they're also looking particularly good. And then of course the other thing that's looking rather fine that we're going to be feasting on at lunchtime is your rhubarb.
Rhubarb. The new rhubarb bed is now starting to pay dividends. So we shall now not only look at it, but we shall then go home and taste it.
Wonderful. So let's go.
Let's go. Well, I gather, Richard, though, up in Hereford now, you have now joined the rest of the ranks of the country in this drought area.
We have. It's decidedly, well, it's been parched, really. I mean, up until the last sort of couple of weeks, it's been ridiculously dry. So we've had, a reasonable amount of rain now over the last couple of weeks. But of course, that's not going to make a difference to the groundwater, is it?
No, that's going to take a while. But I mean, if it continues like it is. But one of the things we had over here is further west in Wales, we've had no such problems. But March was an extremely dry month, and we were gobbling through this water a fair old lick.
Okay. So the water butts were a bit low, were they?
They're a bit low, but over the last 2 days we've had a tremendous amount. And one advantage of having a big greenhouse with a shed is never waste any of the water that falls on our roof.
It's amazing how much water you can generate from one relatively small roof.
It is.
Because these are all full, and these are all off the back of the...
Yeah, nothing's been filled in there at all. I mean, it just cascades onto there. It's a big area. Fills the first drum, overflows second drum, third drum, fourth drum, fifth drum. So you've got 45 gallons of water just collected off one roof for one greenhouse.
So you'll be alright for a while. If we're in a hot spell, you'll be fine.
That's right. And one advantage of this as well over hosepipe watering is once it sits in the sun, it's quite pleasantly warm.
Yes.
So you're not chilling the plants as you put it out.
No, and they like that, don't they? Because they do. Certainly. Like, I mean, I noticed tomatoes and things and. Squashes and whatnot, certainly when they're infancy, if you give them a blast of cold water, they don't like it at all.
No, they don't. It chills them. It's not different to you running around on the beach and somebody throws a bucket of cold seawater over you. You do really give a shock to the system. Again, last year we had a very dry April, and April showers are crucial because this is a very busy planting time of year. And at this stage of the game, we could do with a bit more warmth, but they got the water, so at least you're going to get stuff started.
Well, you do. I mean, that's the thing with April, isn't it? You do need that. That every now and again the sun breaks through, and there's sufficient warmth in it just to warm that surface area. But you've got to have that moisture in there for everything to really appreciate it and grow off the back of it.
There's three essentials in there: water, nutrients, and warmth. That's what you really need.
Yeah, you do.
And if you've got those three combinations, anything will grow. They can see the effect they make on all the nitchy-notchy patterns, and what it does, I mean, once they're away, they are big enough to actually grow away from it all, but when they're at this stage, they aren't giving them a bit of a belting. And again, they don't eat the whole leaf, they just take the outer edge.
They do, they've just kind of put it, so they must sit on the edge of the leaf and just kind of munch away at it.
That's right.
In a nice little moon crescent shape. And then obviously they're, now as it's light, they've kind of ensconced themselves in the
centre of the foliage,
of the plant, so they escape from our inclination to squash them.
And again, I don't know of any sort of natural predator that actually comes along. I
wonder if there's a nematode for
I've never seen anything.
I haven't seen for bean weevils.
No, not from a bean weevil. And again, you think the birds would come and pick them off, but they don't tend to do that.
They're not that bothered. So they obviously don't taste particularly nice, do they?
Obviously not. There's another one there. Look.
How do they breed? Do they must kind of lay their eggs in the soil?
They normally dash, but that's why you don't see many of them during the day. They normally dash back into the soil.
And they've established themselves since the beans have been planted out.
Yeah, well, normally when I plant out in March, it's before they've actually emerged, and they get away quite quickly before they've emerged.
Right.
Because March was so warm, they threw their pattern out, and they actually came out earlier than they normally would.
And so everyone else in the allotment get them as well?
Yes, it gets everywhere. Yeah, everybody.
I suppose that's one of the downsides of allotment growing, isn't it? Because when someone's got some pests, then they're just going to go
move around. They can move freely. There are no barriers, so they can move around where they will and how they will.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, that's a new thing on me. That's a whole new experience. I've never seen bean weevils before, but I think we could probably spend several hours picking them off. Picking them off the plants. There's another one. Give them to Daddy. I don't bust the flowers off. Defeat the object of the exercise. Got him.
Normally.
That's dead. So he's just watched his mate get squashed. Come on, your turn.
The perfect organic solution.
Yeah. Ready?
Yep.
So I squish him. Dead. The only good bean weevil
is a dead one.
is a dead one. Nice. And the last time I looked at this and there was something living in there, it was a parsnip that was about, I don't know, almost 3 foot.
Gone to seed, haven't you? You've gone completely to seed. That's correct. Yeah,
crazy.
But this is next year's crop. This has been completely emptied of compost. That's all gone in the base of my trenches. There's some lovely stuff under my potatoes.
Right.
I've refilled all this with homemade compost and all multi-purpose.
Okay.
And the parsnips are grown in these individual little pots, 2 in per pot.
Yep.
This week has been decision time because one has gone and one has remained.
Right.
But again, if you can see under here, I'm not very keen on using slug pellets. But one little cheeky slug, despite the fact this is up off the ground.
There's another one here. There's a big keel slug here.
Yeah, no, he'd actually bumped off one of my parsnips, so I had to resort to put it under there. But one thing I'm not too worried about, at least the birds or any other wildlife cannot get at those slugs or at those pellets.
No,
so
that's true.
But I mean, you don't expect that to be in there. But hopefully this Enviromesh this year.
Well, like one of the advantages of planting, above ground, sort of a raised level, is that you try to get away from that, all that mollusk predation. So they're just kind of ambling their way up the sides, aren't they? And getting
the last few days in this wet, they've managed to get up the legs. They've got underneath the net. The net will keep the aphids out, but the poor old cheeky slug will get under it. So I've got to resort to that. But again, now hopefully with this Enviromesh over it, then we're going to have a perfect situation this year. No aphids, no disease on the parsnips. Hopefully it'll reduce the effect of canker as well.
Yeah, that's right, and they are looking particularly healthy at the moment.
They are, yeah. So they're away. So and again, one of the things in here with this drop of rain now is giving them plenty of water, and I'm going to worry about them being dried out. So all we're going to do is just put this carefully back over.
Yep.
And there we are. They're all completely enclosed from the flying pests, but not from the crawling ones. No.
Fantastic.
Well, in this newly established rhubarb bed is now coming on quite well, Rich.
It's looking nice.
There's some nice young tender shoots there. I forced them last year. This is his second year, but I decided in the end, no, I won't kill it by making it work too hard, and I just let it come naturally. And again, there's some nice little stalks coming there, some nice young tender. So this will now, we'll have a taste of the Walton rhubarb when we get home. Anthea's hopefully made a lovely tart, and we'll have actually taste of this, which was picked only yesterday, so we're going to have some fresh rhubarb tart.
Lovely, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
that's always nice.
You have to watch you don't scoff it all, that's the only trouble. You have to make sure you don't.
I think on that note we should head back and try and eat some now.
Eat some of that, yeah.
Go on.
Well, here we are, literally back now. We're now going to taste the fruits of our labour now, aren't we?
Masterpiece.
So the rhubarb from the allotments picked yesterday,
we hope now it's going to come out of there in 1 piece.
Yeah, no, it looks like
it won't.
So which is the hardest, cooking it or growing it, do you think?
Oh, growing it without a doubt. Cooking it, you got to throw it in a pan and put a bit of pastry on and it's done, isn't it? That's all you got to do. I'm looking at
that's
this.
full as well. I like it. It's nice to have a pie that's full. Look at the ooze in that.
So there we are. We've had a successful morning on the allotment. We timed it perfect. We look out the window, the rain is hammering down. So we did get a dry spell. So now we're going to enjoy this now.
Cream.
Cream.
Are you going to have some? Are you going to have some cream?
Yes, please.
So tell me when. Tell me. Is that?
No, keep going.
Keep going.
That's fine. That's a when.
That's a when.
Right.
There you go.
So.
Creamage.
So that's it for another month then, is it? So
I think it is. It's almost a wrap for us. So
next month we should be at Malvern, and we should be something different next month. So we should be there.
You're going to taste it?
Taste it now.
To look forward to. And then back on the allotment in June.
Yep.
It will be a completely different picture then.
Is it alright?
Rhubarb's right, but the pastry's rubbish.
Well,
well. So that's goodbye from me.
Goodbye.